Mötley Crüe is an American heavy metal band formed in Los Angeles in 1981. The group was founded by bassist Nikki Sixx, drummer Tommy Lee, lead guitarist Mick Mars and lead singer Vince Neil. Mötley Crüe has sold over 100 million albums worldwide. They have also achieved 7 platinum or multi-platinum certifications, 9 top 10 albums on the Billboard 200 chart, including 1989's Dr. Feelgood, which is Mötley Crüe's only album to reach number 1, 22 top 40 mainstream rock hits, and 6 top 20 pop singles. The band experienced several short-term lineup changes in the 1990s and 2000s. These included the introduction of vocalist John Corabi, who was Neil's replacement from 1992 to 1996, and drummers Randy Castillo and Samantha Maloney, both of whom filled in for Lee during his absence from the band from 1999 to 2004. The members of Mötley Crüe have often been noted for their hedonistic lifestyles and the androgynous personae they maintain. Following the hard rock and heavy metal origins on the band's first 2 albums, Too Fast for Love (1981) and Shout at the Devil (1983), the release of its 3rd album Theater of Pain (1985) saw Mötley Crüe joining the first wave of glam metal. The band has also been known for their elaborate live performances, which features flamethrower guitars, roller coaster drum kits, and heavy use of pyrotechnics. Mötley Crüe's most recent studio album, Saints of Los Angeles, was released on June 24, 2008. What was planned to be the band's final show took place on New Year's Eve, December 31, 2015. The concert was filmed for a theatrical and Blu-ray release in 2016.
Hey, I just washed my hand. Don't you hate that when you pee on your hand? No. Okay. I just washed my hands, so that's why they're wet. How you doing?
I'm alright, and you?
Alright.
You enjoyed the tour until now in Germany?
Yeah, yes, in Germany.
Yeah. In Germany, then you walk over to France, is that right?
Yes, Strasbourg.
Strasbourg. Could you tell me why in America you have more public as here in Germany? Is there any difference between the German kids and the American kids?
Well, actually, the German kids, I think they're a little rowdier.
Definitely a little crazier.
Yeah?
Our American audience is a little more diverse. You know, we have college kids, little kids, older kids, every kind of kid. But it seems like the European audiences, you have like they're hardcore hard rock and roll fans, or they're not. I mean, it's like you don't see.
Oh no! And the bottle is still intact!
Am I cursed?
Do you think that depends because in America more heavy metal concert as here in Germany?
Go ahead, T-Bone.
Well, yes, you. What'd you say?
I ask if what do you think if that depends because in America more heavy metal concert as here in Germany?
You know what? In America, you can bring a lot bigger production. You play a lot bigger places. Here, you're playing to, 3 to 8,000 seat theaters and halls. So the difference is that you're playing to a larger variety of kids there. We're playing to just a very hardcore audience. I don't see one being better than the other. We love coming to Germany, all of Europe, and all of Great Britain. We have a great time. We can't bring as big a show, but I think we bring one of the biggest shows that's ever brought.
Yeah, that's true. They canceled also some show parts here in Europe because in America you had a much bigger show as here in Germany or in Europe.
Yeah.
And also you sold already over 2 million records in America. How is the selling rate here in Europe and in Germany?
I don't know. We haven't checked lately.
Don't care.
I'm sure we'll find out.
I don't care.
I'm sure we'll find out when we leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Tommy, you playing your drum solo is one of the best parts in the show. From where you got the idea to play in this strange form, you know?
Came to me in a dream. No, I always wanted to do that. Originally, I wanted to go upside down, you know, but they said it wasn't possible, so we'll do it next year. We'll do it next year. Yeah.
Is there a big difference to play in this strange form? You have to train that?
Well, yeah, it's a lot different because gravity wants to pull your arms down, and you got to pull them back up to play. So the drums weren't made to be played in that position, so it's definitely different.
Okay, showtime.
All right, man. Let's
roll.
Take it
Wish
easy.
you a nice.
So yesterday when I heard, or not yesterday when I heard about this, but when I was preparing for this interview, I originally thought this was the other way around. I thought you guys had made a country record. This makes a lot more sense,
Right.
to what's happened here. But if Motley were to make a country record, maybe I'll start with Vince. What do you think would be the first song you guys choose to cover?
Well, first of all, I think that they would need to get another singer.
You don't think you could do country?
I've been a rock singer my whole life. You know, I love the people's voices and stuff, but Molly, I think, would have to have a girl singer.
I could enjoy that.
There you go.
And they have to get a new bass player too. Just replace us with all
So-
girls.
so
Just
woodwork.
with all girls.
Oh,
and we
well-
need a new name then.
Right.
Yeah,
I wish I had a suggestion.
I don't know what song. I mean, because all these songs are, you know, have their own life with everybody's stamps on them. You know, I mean, Justin Moore's version of "Home Sweet Home" is, you can't get much better than some of these cuts that these guys did.
So I was actually going to ask you that, Nikki, last year when we spoke on the phone. One of my questions was going to be a song like the one Carrie did. What other Motley songs would lend themselves to country arrangements? And it looks like most of them kind of do.
Yeah.
So was Motley a country band without realizing it, or has country just shifted to a more rock and roll sound? Like, do those arrangements just lend themselves to
No,
any genre?
Motley is a band where, and I think Vince will, attest to this, is how many songs did I bring in and just on an acoustic guitar?
That's always.
Like Shout at the Devil.
Yeah.
I think it was like, just like this, or Live Wire. Most everything just comes off an acoustic guitar. That's the easiest guitar to carry around with you, and then, Vince is like, whoa, that's cool. Mick plugs in, grabs the riff, Tommy jumps behind the drums. We'd make some arrangement changes, Vince dives into it, next thing it sounds like Mötley Crüe. But I guess the point is, any song that can be taken down to just like the simplest format can then be put into any genre. Right, you take any Rolling Stones song, it could be electronic to country to bluegrass, and I think it's the same. I've heard like crazy renditions of people's music, and this is a great example of that, and I think for a band makes us feel proud that our songs have stood the test of time and we're able to be stripped down and then rebuilt back up.
I wrote Timeless beside Don't Go Away Mad. Like that, it worked 50. If it was in the 50s, if it was in the 60s, it wouldn't matter. Like it's just it's a timeless tune.
Yeah, thank you.
No question on that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Just a compliment. What surprised
those
you?
bands, yeah.
Yeah. There's your interview. Sorry.
I have a feeling I know the answer to this one after listening to the record. But which one surprised you the most, listening to the different arrangements?
I think the Mavericks. For me, I think it's for everybody. It's like, I mean, listening to that song, what they did with it made it so cool. I mean, who thought Motley's song would be calypso, Latin, country? They did an amazing job with that song, and like it's one of those songs you just can't get out of your head after you hear it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that going to end up in the arrangement for this final tour? You guys going to be countrifying a couple of tunes?
Probably not.
I think there'll be some pissed off fans at us.
I think the Castillo Pope with Robin Zander, what they did with Animal and Me, that song's amazing. It's almost alternative.
Well, even Without You with the two, the duet.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really clever and cool. But that song lent to that. Just never thought about it.
Yeah. Leon Rimes took Smoking in the Boys' Room and just brought it. Bluesy.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Sounds like that song belongs in a strip club.
Yeah.
I'd be really surprised to not see some girl on a pole dancing to that.
Yep.
I'm just going to picture that for a second or two. Just kidding. There's even a Canadian. Like Simple Plan wrote one of the songs on the record, which I thought was really cool. And you kind of switched it around a little bit? Is that what happened originally?
If I Die Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I started writing with those guys. It was like a little leftover piece they had, and kind of dug into that. Which was a surprise because it was an idea that was floating around, and we cut that song, and it was never really a big hit for us. We liked it.
It's a great song, though.
So it was cool for someone to dive into that and attack that, and they did a great job with it too.
Yeah, maybe we'll just go through some of the songs, because Aaron Lewis does Afraid. Obviously, Staind was probably heavily influenced by Motley back in the day, and now he's taken his career in a whole different direction.
Well, that song is the most country of all the songs, and it's the most uncountry guy singing it.
Oh, there was a Spanish version of that? Is that true? You guys made a Spanish version of that record?
Afraid?
Afraid?
Yeah, or that whole Swine record, right?
We started going down that road. I think we did Glitter.
It was Glitter, because I remember having this Spanish girl come give me Spanish lessons on with that song, so I was going to just record it, and she's pretty attractive. My wife would come home, and I'm sitting on the couch with this girl. Like, who the hell is this?
It's my vocal coach.
My Spanish teacher.
My Spanish teacher.
That sounds like such an excuse. That's awesome.
She's like, yeah, right.
Wild Side. You've said that this is some of your best writing.
Thank you, and
you said it, not me.
Oh, I have?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
But I'll agree. Yeah.
No, I think the Wild Side. I think that song lyrically was a real step towards what I always wanted to be for this band as a lyricist, which was stepping into the territory where Springsteen and Dylan live, where it's like true storytelling. I think nailed it 100%, like on Dr. Feelgood. Wild Side was taking the Lord's Prayer and kind of deconstructing it and rebuilding it through the lifestyle that we were living at the time, and almost being newsworthy. A lot of the lyrics, it was talking about what was going on at the time. So, for Gretchen to dig into that thing, it's not a gentle song, and she bit down on it, man. It's amazing.
Balls out on that song. Just like.
Yeah, like I was saying downstairs, I didn't know she could sing like that. She almost sounds like
at
times, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this last time on the phone. We never got a chance. It was a 4-minute interview, no time.
Yeah.
But I'm so curious because on Howard Stern, you were talking about how on Behind the Music, you talked about your death experience, and you regretted saying what you said on Behind the Music.
Yeah.
Can you explain anything about that?
It's a weird thing. We've been through so much stuff in our lives as friends and brothers and family members, and I kind of always kept that to myself. It was a crazy time, and then I just kind of talked about it by accident, and it just kind of took off, and then I found out it's happened to so many people. That near-death experience where you kind of see things. I'm a little tired of talking about it because I don't actually want to glorify it, and it's but yeah, it's like one of those things where it kind of the cat's out of the bag, but it was almost like a spiritual kind of slap in the face.
All right, we don't need to talk about it then.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
I'm just curious. You don't talk to many people that have died before.
Yeah.
I do want some stories though, because you're coming up to Canada, and one of the last shows on this tour is in Edmonton, which I thought you were banned for life from the 80s.
They banned us, but let us back in.
It was a lesson like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of ban is that? I wonder if that's going to happen to Sterling with the Clippers. 6-month ban.
6 months.
We hope not. We hope it's longer.
What can you tell me about The Dirt?
I mean, it's, we went over the script. The script is great. Did a table read with a bunch of actors to make sure that the script was where it needs to be, and we take it to the next step. Was just casting and getting all that stuff done. But it's on its way. The train's moving, man.
Train's moving, and there's a lot of moving pieces to something like that, and it's our first experience. And that there's finance, and as Vince said, casting and. Location and budget.
We don't want to make a Lifetime movie. This is going to be a real movie, real actors, not fluffed over junk that you see like some of these rock and roll movies are, and so we're excited about that.
It's almost not a rock movie. It's a story of survival, a gang.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. And for us, we've always said we would like it to feel and smell and even look more like Goodfellas or Boogie Nights, Train Spotting. So if you you hear those kind of references and you know the band's history and you know what Vince is saying, you know it's not Rock of Ages.
Yeah, even Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Those true stories. That's what we want this
That's
to
where
be
we want
like.
it to be, and we're willing to go that far. The opening scene in the on the script.
We'll see if that makes it.
We'll never make it. Never make it.
Well, now I want to know what it is. You're not going to tell me.
Can't.
I got to let you go anyway.
Can we tell him?
Yes, please. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
we can't tell him.
Okay.
It's
So we gotta do something called
involves
five
squirting. We'll leave it there.
Okay. 5 quick questions, 1-word answers.
Okay.
Nikki, you've done this before. Road or studio?
Oh, road.
You can answer as well.
What was it?
Road or studio?
Oh, Road.
Lennon or McCartney?
McCartney.
Lennon.
When you hear a song, what usually hits you first? Lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
Melody.
Lyrics.
If someone's never heard Motley Crüe before, what song do they start with?
Kickstart.
Kickstart.
In 1 word, Motley Crüe.
Gone.
What was it?
Gone.
Gone. Dead.
In more ways than one.
In 2006, the band received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 2014, the tribute album Nashville Outlaws was released, featuring country music stars including Rascal Flatts, Leanne Rimes and Darius Rucker covering various Motley Crüe songs. The album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard album charts.
Man, today would be really hard.
Brutally hard.
I think so. I just think so because it's, there's that. I don't know. When we were doing it, we were driving around in my van, staple guns, putting them up on telephone poles and anywhere we could.
Yeah.
Basically, like just smearing Hollywood with flyers. And now you can still do that, but at that time there wasn't 9 million other flyers, and if you choose to do that promotion on the internet, now there's so much out there to compete with that it's just fucking crazy. I don't know. Trying to start a band right now would be really difficult, I think.
Yeah.
And people ask me all the time, dude, what would you do? How would you? And I'm like, I really don't have an answer for that because it's
record companies gone.
Yeah, there's no support
The
from
only
labels.
really thing that I believe that you could do to even like break the ice is to write like a lot of songs. Of course, you gotta have good songs.
Yeah.
Find some kind of distributor, publisher. Do it pretty much yourself, but you can get a publishing deal to help you. Out with things. But now what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, surprise for me, huh? I think the future really is like streaming the music.
Yeah.
Would be.
I don't know. I feel like I'm still a kid. There's something about. It's just the way I am, and so I stay excited about many things.
Yeah.
And when we go on stage, imagine I sit around for 22 hours waiting for those 2 hours a day, to play. The other 22 hours is boring, really.
I'm sure it's not in your life.
Okay, I'll take that back. It's not boring, but I really look forward to that.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I've just always had that kind of little kid energy about anything. And to answer your second question, it was, hold on. Oh, the best gig.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mick, what's one of your favorites? You can over. I gotta think about it for a second. It's hard to pick one.
We played at the Marquee Club.
Oh yeah.
On the Foreskins.
Yeah.
That was kind of radical. I think Tommy, you stage dived, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were down there at the bottom suffocating, trying to get him out of there and stuff. That was a fun gig, I think. That was really fun. playing the first time at Donington at the Monsters of Rock. It was like
Yeah, that's serious.
that was a great one. Another one, the first time we played a semi-big arena was the Santa Monica Civic.
Oh, yeah.
Way back in...
That's where we got signed.
82, yeah. No, we got signed in Pasadena, did we not?
No,
Or
that's Tom
Van Halen.
came to the New Year's Evil show we played.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he just nailed like just that the first time that was like kind of our biggest first show.
Yeah.
And coming to England for the first time. I think it's for me it's all the firsts, like our first time to Russia, first time to England. Like I still get excited about coming here because I'll never forget the first time we come here, and the only thing I wanted to do was get into an English cab.
And ring some from the English boombox.
Yeah, right. Because you see it on TV, and I'll never forget getting into the cab, and the guy looks back. He's like, "Hi, mate," and I was like, "Whoa, everybody's in a really good mood here." He's like, "What do you like? Where do you want to go, Gov?" And I'm like, this. I feel like I know this man.
Yeah.
And he was just so. I was like, are they drinking a lot? Is he drinking, or is he just naturally really happy? Like kind of a red nose and.
That's because he was Irish.
Maybe he just got out of the pub. Who knows?
That was me.
Possibly.
No, it's possible.
It is England after all. We do
I
like a beer.
I wouldn't put that past him. And going to Japan for the first time, it's all the firsts are like, fucking it's like your first girlfriend or your first kiss or something like that. You just don't forget that stuff.
You don't forget that. And it leads us nicely into why we're here today for the UK Crue heads coming up. What's going to be going on in November?
We're playing 4 shows in the UK, right? Yeah.
I think so.
4. Yep. There's 4. We're coming back in November for a full headlining tour of Europe.
Excellent. And you're going to have the Crue.
All the bells and whistles.
Sorry. What did you say?
All the bells and whistles.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Because, Tommy, I have to say, you actually influenced me to start drumming when I lived in Amsterdam. I drummed in an all-female thrash metal Elvis cover band called Pelvis.
Thrash metal Elvis cover band.
All female.
All right.
And people didn't know whether to throw things at us or cheer because we were so bad we were good, kind of thing. But anyway, so I'm very excited about the Crucify and whether you're going to be bringing that along with you.
Yes, it's coming. We brought it pretty much everywhere. We brought the whole production over to Japan. We brought the whole production over to Australia. We're bringing it all over all through Europe. I think the only place we can't use it is in Monaco,
right,
and in Abu Dhabi. For some reason, I think the venue's too small.
Okay.
It's massive. Like I'm telling you, it's fucking ginormous. It literally goes out 200 feet, and it's about 60 feet high. And it's. I mean, you feel like when you walk into the building to go see the concert, you look up and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like you're in an amusement park. It's crazy.
Really? And you have something else called Cruise Nest?
The Cruise Nest, yeah.
What's that all about? How do I get in it?
You can get in it. It's a second stage.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, we play our last number out in the middle of the crowd, and so it's a stage like this, and then all around the edge of the stage are seats, and the thing goes up about 40 feet in the air. So it's like it's like a crow's nest.
Yeah.
And just the ultimate view from up there. You can. And you'll be up there while we're playing the song, so we all go for one last ride together.
That's amazing.
It's pretty wicked.
Oh, I've got goosebumps, major goosebumps coming.
I'm sure we can arrange that.
Oh, could you?
Yeah, for
really?
sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, a little backstage bird told me that you have a monster quad bike that you tow on the back of the Mötley Crüe bus, and you ride around stadiums on it. Is that a vicious rumor, or is it?
No, it's like a 4-wheeler. It's just kind of that's what I used during the summers, at least, when we're playing these big outdoor amphitheaters everywhere. There's always these cool dirt trails and around lakes and up mountains, and so I like to go during the day and blow off some steam.
Brilliant.
and
Oh, that's so cool.
just my daily transportation vehicle.
Excellent. Boys and their toys.
It's fun.
Brilliant. What's my next question? I'm getting all excited here. Oh yeah. What are you guys listening to at the moment, music-wise? I know you like to mentor new talent. Is there a Mötley Crüe school of rock in the offing in the future, maybe, for young talent?
I don't know about that. What are you listening to, Nick?
Not trying to sound like an egomaniac, but I'm trying not to listen to so much music because I'm writing my own, and I don't want to have something in my mind that's someone else's, because it does that. You know,
Yeah, I'm
being a
sure.
songwriter does not happen.
Yeah, no, you're influenced
So
by
it's like-
things that you hear.
And then you go like, oh, that's cool. And then you go, oh,
Oh shit, that's
before.
similar. That's similar to this. Yeah.
like on Family Guy. Oh.
That's interesting because I was going to ask you actually next, Mick. You've moved, or you're going to move to Nashville,
Yes.
I believe, to start on your own solo projects. I was interviewing a chap called Charlie Bonnet III. He used to be in Moccasin Creek, a Nashville-based band, in December, and he said he'd love to work with any of you Crue guys. Very good guitarist. Are you allowed to say who you're collaborating with on your solo projects? You've got a diverse type of music coming in, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of different songs with a lot of different feels and a lot of different things. A lot.
Yeah.
But I haven't really picked any particular. I've been working with Tommy Hendrickson, and that's about it. You know, it's like, but I got so many ideas and stuff. It's like
Trying
it's
to
kind
sort
of-
of arrange
yeah,
them all. And
because I got to find you know, my own and my new direction. And the stuff I've been writing it isn't metal. It's very, very, very heavy though. It's very heavy rock and roll, and it isn't like the plotty kind of like people come out there, bands that come out and they'll play these plodding songs, you know, like feel like an elephant's walking on you or something, and they're just real, and they think that's heavy, and it isn't.
right.
It's boring. Quit it.
I can't wait
But
to
yeah, so it's
I know
like,
what you mean. People
Yeah,
think of
it's-
its plot, like, that's
yeah.
heavy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's so, does it?
yeah.
Because I was interested in the tie that you guys had with the Nashville Outlaws and the tribute to Mötley Crüe. I thought that was a brilliant album. And this whole country and rock thing's getting really combined a lot, isn't it? A lot of your peers are doing. Steve Tyler's done an album, isn't he, for
Yeah, we
example,
saw that.
which I haven't
Yeah.
heard yet. And I've even started watching Nashville. That's my
boy.
guilty secret. Sons of Anarchy
I-
or Nashville.
A lot of, I have to say that 90% of those guys that are in Nashville, the guitar players, the steel guitar players, all those guys like that, play amazingly, but it isn't my style.
It's not your style.
No.
It's true rock
I mean,
and roll.
they play like, you go like, what? And it's all really, really crisp and clean,
Yeah.
you know, and rockers, you know, but they're really good, but you'll never catch me doing it.
Okay, fair enough. I think we're running out of time, and I had loads more questions to ask you, so I'm a bit gutted actually. So what I'm going to have to say is, I asked my Michelin star chef friend Simon Holston to design some popcorn for you guys. So he's designed some,
I'm scared.
and I'm gonna. You've got wet
Popcorn,
wipes
it's gonna
here,
blow up
right?
on us.
Yeah. Smoking in the boys' room popcorn.
Oh
It
wow.
looks like ash, but it tastes hot as hell.
Oh my god.
And here's some wet wipes in case you need them to clean
It's
your
gonna be-
fingers off after.
you guys see this? It's black.
So thank you, Simon,
Thanks,
for
Simon.
the popcorn.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's
Simon.
awesome. I'm gonna take my gum out.
I hope you like it. You might hate it. No, I'm sure you won't
It's
hate
got
it.
quite a kick.
Yeah,
It's
we
a bit like
chewy.
wasabi, it goes up the back of your nose.
Are your eyes
I'm
watering?
black all over. Want to try some?
There you
I've had
go.
some.
Oh yeah, of course you have.
Yeah, let's open that up for you.
You gotta do this, T-Bone.
See what you think. Hope you're not allergic to chili or anything.
Oh my
I'm
god.
kind of scared of curry. I did it once.
Yeah. It's. Oh, thank you. It's
I'm hungry.
Okay.
It's good.
Good. I'm glad you like it. It's a
That's
little gift-
awesome.
It's a gift to say thank you for speaking to us.
Aw,
So
thank
thank
you.
you very much indeed.
Oh, it's been
Thank
nice to
you.
see you.
Gentlemen, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Not bad, not bad.
We have our names in front of us in case.
We're going to be opening for lots of questions in a little bit. To kick things off, I just ask a couple of questions. I mean, this is an emotional thing. This is an emotional time for you. I mean, how does it feel being here saying, this is it, it's the last announcement of the last show?
Well, it's kind of tough because it's the last time, we're doing a lot of these places, but we still have so many more concerts to do before the end. So it's kind of bittersweet. But it's not really that. You got to really feel it until we actually play in Los Angeles the last few nights. It's pretty emotional.
Yeah. Can you remember the first time you came to Europe? What memories have you got of that moment?
I think the first time I came to Europe, we played Download Festival. Didn't we? The first time? Same thing? I don't know. We did a lot of drugs. We can't remember. Monsters. No, it was Donington. So we don't know. We don't know. But we were here.
Yeah, because I mean, Europe's always been really, really fun. Did you feel that love straight away? Was it kind of instant coupling with you guys in Europe?
Yeah, I mean, for us, a lot of the musicians that we grew up with came out of the UK, especially. And coming over and playing over here for the first time, it was an emotional thing for us. A lot of people from Europe go to Los Angeles and they're like, wow, so much came out of here, we felt the other way. And then we got the Iron Maiden tour to support band. We got to go all over here for the first time. We got to take in the audiences, and we really learned the passion that European bands and UK bands have for rock music.
Oh,
Say what?
That's good. We've got, there should be a gentleman or maybe a microphone. We're going to start putting the float. Here we go. Wonderful. If you have a question, please hang straight away. Gentleman with the black shirt on. Your name, where you're from, and your question.
My name's Leo, I'm from Star Radio in the UK. My question, first of all, is I also can't believe the Motley Crüe Law Society, something that I never thought we'd see. Guys, you also signed a contract saying there'll be no more touring. Now that the world tour is underway, have any of you had any private regrets about doing that? Are you getting into the groove so that you might want to continue?
Any regrets, gentlemen?
Alice has a regret touring with us.
Not at all. Was it a question of, if you do this, you want to get on top, you want to go at the right point, you want to feel like we're, quitting at the zenith, is that the point? Tell me. Was it a case of kind of thinking, if we do this, we've got to do it at the right point, we've got to be at the right point in that, but not on the side when we're doing really well?
We've been talking about, this isn't something that's we've been talking about ending the tour, we talked about it about six years ago in Japan, and we sat around and tried to figure out how do we want to end this. And this route we chose to get out on a high note.
Is that answer your question? That's not. Another question from the floor, please. Hand up a gentleman just over there.
Hey guys, Jared Reddick from Planet Rock. How you doing? After all these years of touring together and drawing this all to a conclusion and everything, what have you learned from touring with each other? What is the big lesson that you come away with and go, maybe I pass that on to someone else?
What have you done about each other?
That's a
we learned too much about each other. Stuff we didn't want to know about.
You think about everything we've shared together. It's something very few people get to do. It's more than a family. We've got to experience the highest highs and the lowest lows together. We've been best friends, and we've been at odds with each other. And, we've done stuff that I guess we probably never even had an idea that was possible. We kind of we went by blind faith and passion and love for music, and we just, accidentally woke up, and it's been almost 35 years. It's just kind of amazing.
It's remarkable what you've reached in your career, and many other bands, kind of peers or groups around the time, have kind of faded away. You guys, you're still doing it and doing these new things. I mean, what is that? Is it down to reinvention every so often? What do you think you've survived?
I think maybe it's because when you look out at the crowd, it's not just the people that grow up with it. It's not 50-year-olds out there. It's their kids and grandkids. We became a multi-generational band. It's everything in between. Plus, it's not just rockers out there. There's a rock guy, all decked out in leather, sitting next to a guy in a suit. And just like it is. I think that was kind of the secret, just getting those younger bands.
Yeah. A lot of hard rock is also anthemic. There's a lot of anthems between, our generation of bands seem to write those songs that will appeal to kids at 16, 30 years from now. They'll still hear those songs and go, oh yeah, that's me. I mean, it's just like an 18-year-old kid right now listening to my generation will go, oh yeah, that's me. Those songs live on forever, and I think that's why that music just keeps going. It's got the energy. You're not going to ever take that energy out of the grooves of the record. It's always there. By the way, a record is a black thing that goes around. Put a needle on it.
I mean, we are lucky to have you here. How's it been having the legend in Castillo put on as a pick? Has it been, I guess, it's just wonderful having you here.
Yes, it is wonderful having you here. Well, for you, it's fun for us because these guys are the same school,
Yeah. I can just speak for myself. I must have been about 14 years old, and this kid that I was hanging out with, his older sister was really hot, so I decided to become friends with him. And he took me to his house, and I saw this poster. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was this man, woman with a snake. And I go, what is that? And he goes, it's this. And he put on Alice Cooper, and I fell in love with Alice's music and everything about Alice Cooper from day one. Been a fan, seen him a million times. So when the opportunity came to tour together, I kind of pinched myself, to be honest with you. I feel like maybe we should be opening for Alice. I think it's really not an opening or a headlining thing. It's we're a gang. It's like all of us are going out doing this together. We're really proud to put our final stamp on our career with Alice next to us. Thanks.
So how do you go about putting together a set for these shows? Final shows? Then is it just going to be shows and something that's just going to be just not the people there, as Alice says, and stuff?
You need music yourself?
Yeah.
You've got to play the hits. And there's always going to be those people that why don't you play some obscure songs? People that it's part of a career. But, there's always going to be this business off people, but you still have to play the songs that everybody really wants to hear. And it's fun for us to play these songs. For me, I go there, I love playing those short bills and wild style. Those are songs people want to hear.
Now this is going to be the biggest production in terms of the stage sets and everything that you've ever done in Europe, ever. You're going out on a high. So Tommy, is it right that there's going to be like just a little 4-piece drum kit, like little jazz kits, quite quiet, low key, little cymbals? Is that right? Is that how it's going to be? Would you tell me about the monster? Tell me about what people are going to get a chance to see.
one of the things, other than the massiveness of the show, is a ginormous roller coaster. Goes out about 200 feet out to the audience. And
farther than this room.
Yeah.
Way farther. You look around and look back there to the whole spot.
Yeah, about 60 feet in the air. We've also got a new edition called the Cruise Nest. And we actually, at the end of the show, we want to perform a number. And it's kind of like, how to explain it, there's a bunch of seats around the stage, and they rise up with us, and they're just like the same view from probably about 40 feet up in the air with us while we're playing. So the show is just insane. Yeah. Looking forward to coming over and playing for everybody.
And we have incendiary musical instruments. Musical instruments that we seem to be a weapon in other context. The flaming weapons. Flaming instruments.
Oh, flaming instruments? Yeah, we don't figure that. We have so much pyro that they have to put a fire retardant on our stage plays. And there's been times when we've actually, when we're putting our shows together, we're running through everything. I remember, where was that? They all had to jump off. Tommy had to jump off his drums. We had to jump down into the pit because it got so hot on stage. It was in Vegas, right? Yeah, the whole show was just based on fire. So we're, it's a big part of our show. Our pyro show, we've been developing pyro since very early on. We would hang around pyro companies and figure out how to do stunts. And you think back all the way to the beginning of Vintage to Lightning on Fire on stage, and that was the starting point of this kind of crazy journey with pyrotechnics and all of the top productions. We worked really hard with developing fresh new looks, where we think that it's kind of the artist's responsibility to keep pushing the envelope. There's a lot of great stuff out there, but sometimes you see the same stuff at a lot of the same shows. So we really pride ourselves on trying to push that.
The audience, you got a hand up? Oh, there we have one in the front row. Let's take with the microphone. Come over. There you go.
I got two questions, but one is already the answer. So, Christina from Sonic Shops, I was wondering, okay, it's on the concert to stop touring, but it's not really the ending of the tour. There's a project we've been talking about for a long time and never happened, which is the movie that we heard. So this could be a good time, maybe, to make it happen.
Time frame on the movie?
Yeah, so the obviously work out now, it's been talking about it for a long time. Yeah. How are we looking? Have any idea how close we are to the screen?
Well, it's interesting because in a perfect world, the movie would have come out sometime during the touring cycle, but almost by accident, well, actually it is by accident, the movie's going to come out when the band has played its final show, and in a sense for us, it's extending Motley Crüe even farther. It's going to be in, and then the movie comes and it keeps the music alive. So we're very excited about that. And I think we've been talking about sometime next year going to. It's kind of a rough idea that, who knows? We don't make movies. This is our first time up to bat, and we're learning a lot.
I mean, there is that question of kind of what happens next. What's the next kind of project you're going to do? So you've got this show in LA, in New Zealand, sold out. That's pre-sale. What else is happening the morning after? What are you going to be planning? There's been talk about you're going to keep making music. What's going?
I'll keep making music. I'm going out to be at home, be involved in music, and also have a football team in Las Vegas, so be involved in that. And restaurants, there's a lot of cool projects. Like everyone's going to have time they've always wanted to do, because Motley Crüe takes up so much time, and so we really dig into the new projects and everyone's going to do together.
Yeah, and there's a Broadway play, is this right? You've been thinking about?
Yeah, based on the Heroin Diaries, so we're working with that and ready to do our first cable read and have my other band 6 a.m. And like Vince said, it's hard when we call it the mothership with Motley Crüe. It takes up so much time. It's our number one priority. It always has been. And I can't speak for everybody else, but I know that it's going to give me personally an opportunity, as much as I'll miss Motley Crüe, give me an opportunity, I'm sure the rest of you guys an opportunity, to dive into some new stuff creatively. It kind of hit me, I think when I turned 50, I said, okay, there's more years behind me that's in front of me. So you got to strike, you got to keep going out there and keep pushing those boundaries, I guess. Just have fun and make music. None of us here in this band got here because we were lazy. And nobody in this band got here because we're not creative. So I have a feeling that we're all going to do stuff that's very exciting. Do I think I'll ever do anything as big as Motley Crüe? I don't think it's possible to be in a band be as big as Motley Crüe. That doesn't mean I'm not going to keep making music though. So it's not about the money, it's about the passion anymore.
I'm really interested to find out what these shows have been feeling like so far. Because I guess every night, because they're kind of goodbye, isn't it? You know, the fans, been doing this with the fans have to keep cities. So how's it been? How have the shows been? How's it been feeling when you get to those certain high-ups in the set? I guess it must be huge emotion.
That's really just the last song. You know, when you're really kind of saying goodbye, you don't just say, see you next time, you know, because they ain't be another next time. But sometimes you look out and when I'm singing and get a little choked up sometimes. You know, they're thinking, I'm happy. Look at this, what I'm doing right now. I'm seeing the 16,000 people, and this is the last time we're going to see us. Yeah, that last day in LA, I think we're all going to be pretty embarrassing, crying, living.
Is it the same for you, Tommy, and you to share those moments on stage with that kind of weight of the event every time? I think that's a big deal. Yeah. Are you sharing moments when you're playing on stage?
Yeah, it's funny because a couple of places now we officially won't be back. So I had a few of those moments, like recently we were in Japan and Australia. Those two places we won't be coming back to, and it's all pretty much the last song for me because I'm kind of busy throughout the rest of the show. But the last song, I'm sitting down playing piano, and that's the only time I think I need to look out to see everybody. Like Vince, sat there and looked at Vince and looked out the audience and seeing people wave goodbye, people crying, and it gets you then, and you're like, wow, this is fucking crazy, this is it. How to explain it? It's definitely mixed emotions because I'm happy, and you see people happy, and also you see people really sad.
It's an emotional thing. Just finally, have you got a message to the fans who are going to be coming to these decks on the US? Have you got a message to people who are going, what are they going to get? Alex, yeah. Have you got a message to
it's all about the show. I think the audience, the whole deal about these two bands is that every show is treated like the last show. You get up there and it's the middle of the tour, you're still that night killing the audience. The idea is to kill the audience, and walk away. And I think both bands have that attitude. You never just kind of get up and go through the motions or walk through it. You go up there and absolutely nail the audience. We want them talking about that show more than anything else. That's always been my attitude, it's just, for 45 years, is never give the audience a chance to get their breath, And I think that the state of rock and roll right now is so limp, there's not a lot of rock and roll bands out there. So that's why I think you're seeing Ozzy and you're seeing Aerosmith and bands like that, and Motley Crüe and Alice Cooper are still killing it on stage. And that's the only way we know how to do it. That's really the only way we've been taught to do it, and that's the only way you really know how to do it. So this will be a rock and roll extravaganza.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming in. Everybody, please give it up. Motley Crüe!